Good morning, Coach.
Good morning to everyone. God bless you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. God, He is good. You all know that. Let's get going. Wonderful bye week. Worked our butts off. Got a break. We healed up pretty nicely. Several guys are may play this week, which is great for us. We're looking forward to being the homecoming for Alabama State. We can't wait to be their homecoming. We're looking forward to going down to Alabama to be their homecoming. So this is going to be a great game because we are the homecoming.
Appreciate those opening comments. Coach Sanders will now open it up for questions. First question goes to Charles Bishop.
Good morning, Coach. How are you doing?
How you doing, sir?
I want to start off, Deion Sanders, through the first 4 games, his numbers have been eye-popping. And over the bye week, Jackson State, they rolled out the Hayden-Payton campaign. And I wanted to just ask you the importance of at least having the conversation with regards to Shadour's numbers.
It's very important. I mean, our whole fight is for equality. It seems like that's what we're trying to garnish. That's what we're trying to equate ourselves to. And when you release a campaign like that, it's pretty sad for many of our people to comment like we're not on the same level. I don't understand, especially when a guy like myself knows a little bit about football. And I know when I see a player that's a pro, or I see a player that's not a pro. And so many guys in HBCU football, I've said since I've been here, that guy can play. Those guys can play. That guy can coach. But all of a sudden now we don't know what we're talking about. Don't understand it whatsoever. I'm happy with the campaign. I am truly happy with rolling it out like that, and I just hope it's supported. But only way we can support it is he does his job.
Sure thing, Coach. Another quick follow-up. From a coaching perspective, do you have a preference as to where you see the bye within the scheduling model? Jackson State now has the potential for 7, potentially 8 weeks of consecutive play.
I like that. I like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that to me, especially when you're rolling, when you're playing good and you got a good rhythm, you got offense is clicking on all cylinders, the defense is really doing their jobs. You don't want to buy, but a buy does help you get back healthy expeditiously when the guys can really dedicate and focus themselves to their bodies and not being out there on the field, but they got to do a little conditioning as well. And the way we practice, I mean, we go full speed, but we're not out there long. I don't think we're on the field over an hour and a half, but we work in the hour and a half that we go. We study film. We really teach and preach and just live in that football world. So a bye is, I like it, but I'm not saying I love it at certain times, but I'm with it because you got to heal.
Sure thing. Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you, my man. Keep up doing the good work. Keep on doing a good job. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Next up, we'll mix in some more questions. Next question goes to John Bryce.
Hey, Coach Fromm, appreciate the opportunity to visit with you here. John Bryce from Football Scoop. I was struck by your comments last week about how important it is for you to not only uplift your own coaches, but other HBCU and FCS coaches. Where does that come from? Why is that so important for you?
That's who I've always been. I mean, when I played the game, contrary to what many would think, I never spoke ill of not one opponent ever in my life, in my career, ever said nothing derogatory about my opponent. I don't care how they attacked me, what they said about me. I would always build that guy up because I've never been insecure about anything. I know who I am and I know what God gave me. And I know how to exercise and utilize my gifts. So for me to down another person, what sense does that make? I rather lift the guy up and elevate those guys. And I wasn't just doing it just to do it. These coaches in the SWAC and FCS can coach their butts off, but they rarely get opportunities. And hopefully we can advance and give them opportunities. These kids can play. We show you that. How can a guy can play at a certain level, but the coach can't coach at another level? I don't understand that philosophy. I don't understand why we think that it should be that way. It's not. I want all these guys to think about elevation.
And then my my one follow-up would be, you use your platform, like you just said, very visibly. Not only how important is that for fellow coaches, how important is that for your young players, your sons or otherwise, to see how you utilize your platform?
I don't think those guys are understanding that at this level. You know, when you're in college, it's me, me, me. You want to make it to the next level. You want to get to it's all about you. You want to get your grades. You want to get to the next level. You want to get a girlfriend on campus or whatever they have. I don't think guys see it that way, but hopefully as they mature, they understand how important their teammate, the guys around them, the coaching staff, and everybody in that circle that really has been created to advance you. So we got a wonderful unit around here. We wouldn't be what we are without our trainers, our equipment persons, the general support staff. We have a good thing going around here, and I love it.
Thank you so much. And Andrew, thank you as well.
Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Hey, Coach Prime, I hope you and everybody at JSU are well. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Can't complain one bit.
Awesome. It's James Hill with ABC 7, the weekend anchor out of Sarasota. Next door to where I'm sitting is your hometown, and
Yes.
the hurricane came through here and it was terrible. Just what are your thoughts and prayers and shout out to the people in Southwest Florida?
Well, I think I said something on Twitter or one of the social platforms that they're in my prayers. I hope they're okay. I hope they had insurance. I hope they could rebuild and restore whatever was taken from them. I pray to God that not any lives were damaged, but when I start seeing snakes and gators swimming down the street, I start saying, oh my God, this is unbelievable. We don't understand how things work at times in our nation, in our country, man. We could just pray for the best, that we use a situation that was meant to be a tragedy to a triumph.
Coach, there's speculation of opportunities. Guys want the best available coaches. We see your name from time to time. When you see this type of activity and hear this activity, what goes through your mind?
Oh, shoot. Where do I start? I could alphabetize it. I think this may be the first time historically that a Black man has been mentioned in that aspect at the rate that we've been mentioned ever. I'm happy. I'm elated that colleges would feel as though I got it and I know what I'm doing. That's a blessing, man. You got to understand, because I'm all about elevation. I'm all about going to the next level. So to be mentioned, that's unbelievable. It coincides with what I've been speaking since the day I arrived. I believe in changing the darn game. I think just to be mentioned is a game changer.
Thank you. Have a blessed week. Alabama State University, next stop.
Oh, yes, Lord. You should come.
Next question goes to Dr. Cavill.
This is Kenyatta Cavill with Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Good afternoon, Coach Sanders. Coach Prime.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. You talk about elevation. The standard is the standard. And you put that on many different levels. It's not just the players, coaches, fans, administration, conferences, FCS, NCAA, at every level, you have the expectation. What is the next step, particularly in this case for your players? What do you want to see them do through the next 7, possibly 9 games of the season?
Dominate. Flat out dominate. It ain't no other word that we preach and teach and practice for besides being dominant. Domination elevates you to the next level. We want to be consistent in the things that we can control. We want to practice at a certain speed, at a certain rate, that there's no lackadaisical efforts. There's no taking anything for granted. That's the way we move around here. From the, not just the support staff, but from the cleaning services, from the grounds crew, we demand the commitment to excellence from everyone, or you could get from around us. We don't tolerate it. Not what. So Not one bit. I meet with everybody that has anything to do or anything around Jackson State football. You best believe they've been in my office, and the same thing I'm telling you is the same thing I'm telling them, no matter what realm it is. You're going to do your job. You're going to do it with all your might and the best attitude and do it the best that you could possibly be. If you're going to cut the grass, shoot, you better cut it like Picasso's painting it. I mean, that's just the way I feel. That's the way I move. So I think we're on to something. We've had 2 weeks to prepare. We are so locked in and so focused right here. Today is their day off, but not the coaches. But these guys been preparing for a week already. And a week and a day. We practiced yesterday. We worked our butts off yesterday, and we can't wait to get down to Alabama to open this gift.
Open the gift.
Yeah, it's
Talking
gonna be a
about a
present.
gift. Exactly.
Yeah.
Talking about a gift and a present at this time of the year as we get going and preparing for the Christmas holiday season. Want to talk about again the Heisman Peyton rollout with Shedeur Sanders. He's been excellent this season in terms of his play. Where do you continue to see him work and improve in terms of the rest of the season as well?
Even more on his anticipation is unbelievable, but just even to
Right.
anticipate things even more.
Okay.
Shedeur studies and prepares so much. Shedeur had to go to LA. I'm telling you his business. We broke on Wednesday. Shedeur flew to LA Wednesday, had a commercial shoot Thursday, flew back to Houston Thursday, landed Thursday night. Was on the field at 2 a.m. with his receivers at 2 a.m. They rested for the day and got back up and worked out again that day, I believe, at 5 p.m. Nobody's told him to do that. That's who he is. That's why Saturdays look easy, but it isn't. They're making it look that way, but it's not. The reason I know it's not because ain't nobody done these things that he's doing in quite some time because he puts in the work. So the work he puts in along with his receivers as well as his coaching staff is phenomenal. The way he goes about his practice and what he demands from his receivers as well as his line, they got him. I mean, they love him. They protect him. He has admiration for them that's second to none, and you can see it. The sky's the limit for the young man. It really is.
Thank you, Coach Prime. Good luck this weekend. Look forward to the matchup and the present.
Yes, Lord.
Last question goes to Kendrick Marshall.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned a couple times how much looking forward to going to Alabama State's homecoming. How much is that motivated by the last time you guys were there? They beat you, and on the scoreboard, they kind of put an image of yourself up on the scoreboard to kind of make fun of you. How much are you motivated by that?
I don't think too many people are laughing, whoever made fun, but if they were laughing, I hope they're there this week. I really do hope they're there this week. I mean, you beat us in a pandemic season, and it was a close game. What was it? Then they beat us 25-28 by 35-28 by a touchdown. I can't believe he scored 28 points during the offense we had. I mean, just it was a good game, and it shouldn't have been a good game. I look forward to it. I love, forget what happened in the past. I love going to homecomings. I get to see all the pageantry. I get to see the alumni. I get to see the dignitaries. I get to see the dance team, the bands, everybody all dressed up and everybody all beautiful and all the theatrics that surrounds homecomings. I love it. I'm honored that you would invite us to see all that. I love it because I've only seen one. I've only seen Alabama A&M's homecoming. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was so energetic. It was so heartwarming, lovable. It was just peace in the air. I love it. So now to go to another school in Alabama to see their homecoming, I can't wait. And my team can't either. We did a whole thing in the meeting room about it yesterday. I can't wait to see it. Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah, and a quick follow-up to that, Coach. Do you think it's kind of like disrespectful that your team is being considered a homecoming opponent? Because historically, like a school would schedule another school for homecoming thinking they could beat them.
No, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. because the man is not thinking would say it's disrespectful. But the man that does think will say, you know what? This is like a money game, isn't it? This is like one of those games that you invite the opponent so you could make a lot of money, because Jackson State travels deep. They come with all the fanfare, all the love. You know how many fans we travel with. We one of the greatest shows on earth. We're like Wrangling, Barnum, and Bailey Circus, but the black version of it. So it was brilliant to invite us there, because you're going to make some money. But what comes along with money? All money ain't good money. We gonna learn. All money ain't good money. We gonna learn. But that's what that was about. That wasn't about nothing else, because you have other schools you could have chosen for such a prestigious day as that.
Coach Sanders, we sincerely appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking to you again next week.
He ain't say bye. I mean, could you at least say bye? No.
Have a great one, Coach.
God bless y'all. Can't wait to see you.